The award is the Champion for Small Business Award. It's an award that covers several aspects, several criterias. A couple of them are like growth in employees, growth in revenue in the business, but more importantly, one of the key components of it is involvement in the community, support of the community, which the Weiland family does as a whole, and with the family members and through their employees.
In the fall of November of 1983, I did a financial statement, and the financial statement showed that I was $100,000 in the red. I mean, interest rates that went through the roof, and our equity in the farmland that we'd purchased went through the floor.
And because of that, he was just trying to figure out how to make ends meet.
And my idea was I was going to build furniture and sell it at craft shows. And I was telling this friend of mine who I worked for.
Jim said, "Gus, I don't think that'll work."
But he said, "You know, I've been making some fiberglass doors here for the pork plant here in Madison." And he said, "I think if you could find 10 packing plants that would buy some of those doors, that you would make more money doing that than building homemade furniture and sell it at craft shows." In January of 1984 then, I had a little 20 by 40 shed on my farm, okay? And the little 20-40 by shed had 3 sides, okay? The one end was open.
So it was exactly what it sounds like, almost like a nativity scene, like there's a box with 3 sides on it, one side's open, and a roof.
And I had a Sears radial arm saw. I had some various hand tools.
He didn't start with much, and he didn't know anything about doors. But by the grace of God, he got it going.
And in 1984, my total door sales for that year was like $14,800 and some odd dollars all year long. But the next year, I doubled. There was 60, and the year after that, I doubled that, and the year after that, I doubled that.
But it started in that 20 by 40 shed. Then we built the fiberglass shop and an old hog barn right next door to that. So he sold his farm machinery. And then he had this big shop that he had stored all of his farm machinery in. And that building got expanded multiple times. I think it was around 2006 or 7, my dad found out he had leukemia.
And so we had this meeting in the spring of '08 in which we asked the kids if anybody was interested in Weiland doors.
And myself, my brother-in-law Rob, and my brother-in-law Jason all raised their hands.
And Rob, Jason, and Carl all raised their hand. They were the ones that were going to do it.
So my dad likes to joke, I have 3 sons in the business and none of them are related to each other, and that's the reason why this works so well.
One of the nice things about this job is I get to know the family members, and they are faith-based. They're grounded in this area here.
Jason Ash, my brother-in-law, business partner, he was the one, I want to say, it was probably around 2014 or 15, where he started saying, we have got to figure out what we're going to do when we outgrow the space.
Family is very, very important to them, and their employees are very, very important to them too. And I know one of the things that was important to them was to not move too far away so that they can try and maintain the employees that they had in Madison so they can come here.
And then when we went to start the SBA process, the paperwork was a lot. It almost seemed like a full-time job in and of itself.
Several years later, Jason reached out to me and says, well, we're ready to expand here. We need to build a new facility.
A huge help. I know Jason was so grateful to Lauren for his contribution to helping us get to this point.
And worked together with them, and I helped them with the applications. There was the Northeast Nebraska Economic Development District, I believe also Madison County. Their revolving loan fund kicked in some money, and then I just kind of put it together for them and presented it to several different banks, and then they chose the one that they were banking with at that point, and that's who did the loan?
I would have no problem telling any business owner that's looking at getting an SBA loan to talk to the NBDC about it. I don't know that we could have gotten through the process without them.
The kids have taken everything that I built, everything that I made, and they made it better.
This building has about 200% more space than the old building. It really helped, immediately for us to grow once we got here, just because all of a sudden there was capacity that we didn't have before. We immediately went on a hiring spree. We went from, I think when we moved we had 25 employees. Today we have, I think, 46 employees.
This is one of my stars. I call it one of my stars. And so, yeah, I'm damn proud of them.